you talk really fast. I learned a lot, and I know there's more to come. Thanks, Mrs. Dent.
Why am I crazy for expecting all of you to get advanced? What makes me crazy about what's because your teacher has high expectations for you? That's crazy.
By saying you think that we're going to fail, you're saying that you doubt yourself.
Yeah. I mean, I've looked at scores from other schools. Remember I told you about that the #1 school in Baltimore, in Maryland, which is right in Towson?
Oh, I thought you was about to say the world, because I do see it.
100% proficient in advanced. And guess what? It said 100% proficient in advanced. It's right across the street from Goucher College, a middle school. But then when you look at the advanced, it had 88% advanced, 12% proficient. No basic. No one gets basic over there. They don't have time for basic. Huh? That's the entire school. 8th graders, 7th graders, 6th graders. Okay?
Yo, Mr. Dent, I know I'm the best writer in your class. But you make me a lot smarter, and I know I'm going to pass the MSA and get into college. Thank you.
An answer like that, he's in a swimming hole or he's at school, those are the students who end up with basic. Those are the students who end up with low proficient. And we're not talking about basic and low proficient. Like I said in my classes in the past, we don't have room for basic and proficient in this world. The world is too competitive. You really don't. You should not be trying to get basic or proficient. I know you've been told proficient means you passed the MSA. Nonsense! Nonsense!
Bosh.
Proficient, bosh, over the dash. Proficient, you know what proficient means? I'll wait till we're all calm over there.
You passed just a little bit.
Great. It means you're middle of the river. You're average.
Yay.
And I don't teach average children. I teach great children. You should be thinking to yourself, I am great. I am great. You shouldn't say, I am average.
Yeah. I'm normal.
I'm average?
Yes, it is recorded. No, I'm not.
You should be thinking I'm great, and great people do great things.
Mr. Dent, I'm sorry for the past, and there will be a change in the future. I love you, Mr. Dent. Yeah.
Story? Yes? That was what?
It's like one single sentence.
Well, not always one single sentence. You're close. Huh? A chunk of text taken out. A chunk of text, or a large amount of text, or even a small amount of text, any size of text,
Yes,
but it's taken out from an overall text. So when it says a backward look, and then it says an excerpt, what does that tell you about this particular poem? That it's actually much blank than this.
It's retold by somebody else.
No, that's a different story. That's a different part. It's larger. That tells you automatically that the original poem is much larger, but the person who put together this worksheet took what? A part of that larger poem and placed it here. Now what if you came across this poem in passing, you read it and said, man, I read this poem before, but it was bigger than this, there was more to it than this. Yeah, that's why it says excerpt. Okay? Here I go.
Alright, now, I know I'm bad, but you gotta give me a chance. I might be messing up in school a lot, but I still try to do my work, and you acting kind of petty sometimes. I know I be disrespecting you a lot and try to disrespect the teachers, but I think I got a problem, and I don't mean to do it all the time, so, yeah, you a good teacher and all, but can you just, calm it down a little bit? Thank you, Mr. D.
From his head to his toes, he's all about grammar. He teaches us like a new brainy computer. His afro so big, kind of like a bush. Every time he starts reading, he reads like he's in a book. Every time, every day, Mr. Dent teaches us his way, respecting individuality, warmth and love. We're like a family.
His rooms are sweet. He looks so fresh. Every time he walks, he got a lick in the step. He teach all cool. He read all fast. Every time he plays, he salute the flag. He look all buff. He talks all nice. Every time he reads, he has all the spotlight. Every time, every day, Mr. Dent teaches his way, respect individuality, warmth and love. We're like a family.
Mr. Dent is the man. He always struts his stuff. He has those big old hands, and so he can toughen us up. He always dressing fancy like he going dancing in the mansion. Oh, just go.
He is 40. He is 44 and did some things in his life. He went to boot camp and he saw ghosts in the night. We said that's the best teacher in the world.
We all love him. He loves us. Peace. Three. Go. P-E-T-E-R-D-E-N-T. Do you know what that means? Peter Dent.
You don't understand what that means. That means I'm going to constantly keep repeating certain things that need to be repeated until you could say in your sleep, almost like the instructions I usually keep on the board. Okay, one of the first things, you have to start quickly, and you have to keep focused and keep working all the way until the end. You have to have a novel or any type of book already on you. You walk in here with that. Okay? You should not have to go over there and get one. Many of the students who went over there and got one, they're going to end up putting it back, and the next day they're walking back over there again. Okay? Great readers always have a book on hand. Why is that pointed towards me? Turn it away. Okay? Great. So much. Or why you should bother with poetry at all? If so, you need to read this chapter. Reading poetry is different from reading prose. Good readers of poetry are always looking for meanings, listening for sounds, and picturing images from poems in their heads. To proclaim. What does that mean?
You suck in general.
Proclamation. I now proclaim this land as mine. No one must stand on this land. It belongs to me.
That sounds like you.
That is my proclamation.
It's not the bag in the way. It's Jordan McDaniel's big ass head.
No. Announcement. When you proclaim something, you announce it. Leaning back in my chair. Enjoying myself in a general way. Allowing my thoughts a holiday. My fancies, doubtless for ventilation, left ajar the gates of my mind. And memories, seeing the situation, slipped out in the streets of old Lang Syne, away to the house where I was born. And there was a self-same clock that ticked from the close of dusk to the dawn to the burst of morn, when life-warm hands plucked the golden corn, and helped when the apples were picked, and the chainy dog of the mantel shelf, with the gilded collar and yellow eyes, looked just as at first when I hugged myself, sound asleep with a dear surprise. Now, before we go any further, I want us to take a look at this. The first stanza. As I sat smoking alone yesterday and lazily leaning back in my chair, enjoying myself in a general way, where is the poem? Where is the poet at this point? Dominique? He's in his chair. I asked that question because when I looked over at the homeworks yesterday, about 25% of you said that he's at school. Some people said he's in the house where he was born. Boys and girls, he was in none of those places. He was in his chair.
Go ahead, Dylan.
Alright, youngster, like no other. We see my sound.
You should have said, I am
That's a Mr. Dent assignment right there. See that? You see that right there? See 100%? That's Mr. Dent right there. That's called winning.